Well, hi everybody. Got a projector here that was sent to me by the selling company that asked me if I would review this thing, and then they would provide me with a free projector. So I thought, hey, let's give it a shot and we'll see what we got here. I just purchased a projector actually from these people, a smaller projector than what we've got here, and it works beautiful. And these people were very generous about making sure that I got one for free, and it was shipped quickly. I mean, I couldn't believe how fast it got to me. Let me open it up. We'll see what we got inside. I know nothing about this thing, and we'll find out and learn about it together. It's a rather generic looking box. The name of this product is a Blusmart projector. This is the Blusmart LED 9400 projector, and of course, like everything else, it's made in China. But we've had a lot of good things coming from China these days. Packed well, very well. Oh, this is incredible packaging. I don't see how anything could happen to that. Well, there's a projector. It's a darn nice looking projector. It's got a matte finish on it, so it's not going to show fingerprints or anything like that. The previous one I had did show fingerprints and stuff on it. It's a white, but it's very shiny. Comes with a HDMI cable. It's not a cheesy, cheap one either. It looks pretty nice. Let's see what else it comes with. And of course, there's the little foot for the stand goes in the base of the projector here, so you can elevate this thing. There's the owner's manual, and I'm going to read this before I go much deeper in this review. So I want to give you the information to get straight skinny. The audio video setup for plugging in and attaching some of the older things such as games and older VCRs and what have you, and DVD players. And of course we all know what that is, the power plug. And the remote. Does the remote come with batteries or not? Probably not. Most of them are not coming with batteries anymore. Not sure why they stopped doing that, but seems to be the trend. And this is probably okay, because I usually throw those batteries away and put fresh ones in, because you never know how long they've been sitting around. Yeah, it comes without them. Easy enough to open up. Looks pretty nice though. A lot of controls on it. So let me get into this thing, figure out what I've got here, and then we'll be back. I'll share the information then. Alright guys, gals, I've had a few days to play with this thing, and I have learned some things. Some things I haven't learned. I got understanding. I'm no technical nerd or anything. I just like everybody out there, like you guys, got a machine here, you like them, you want to play with it, you want to use it. So that's where we're going to go with it on this portion here. We're going to give you measurements first, so you have an idea just how small this thing is. It's just at about 9 inches wide, and about 6 by about 3 inches. So it's not a real large package, not a tiny package, but it's small enough that it can be used in a lot of places that won't get in the way. The product is made of a plastic that is very, very stout, very sturdy plastic. Feels good. You squeeze this thing, it doesn't have any give. Physically, I think this thing is meant to last forever. You wouldn't want to drop it, but that could be a problem. But generally, this thing is just made to last forever, it feels to me. It's real sturdy. The front here has a lens, of course, on the left side over here. And as you look around it, you're going to see there are vents virtually everywhere on this thing. And the reason being is this has got a very, very hot lamp in it. The bulb in this thing, it gets very, very hot, and they need to cool it down. But I will say this, the fan does a good job of keeping this thing cool. I haven't had any problems with overheating whatsoever, not even getting close. It has a 2-speed fan, actually. I've sort of heard it, actually, when it gets a little warm, it kicks the fan up into a higher speed. Rarely has it even reached that. On top, we've got a series of buttons. They basically mirror the main buttons on this control here. There are a bunch of buttons on this control I haven't figured out how to use yet. I don't have an actual manual for this thing. All that comes with it is the basic manual for setting this thing up. It's a quick setup guide. It comes with 6 languages, but there's just a bit of basic information in there. This is a brand new product. If you see, there's no labels or anything on it for any of the safety labels, anything you see on these things. So I'm basically figuring this is an early production. The website, which is eblusmart.com, will eventually have the full manual. And it says on here that you can go there and download the full manual to get full directions on how to do this thing. Excuse me. Here in the back is the plug-in for your power supply. This is a US power supply. It is a 2-prong, guys. So this will work in some of the old houses that don't have the grounded plug setups on it without any adapters. Other countries are going to have their own plug adapters and everything for it. Told that this thing is supposed to run from about 90 volts up to 240 volts. So various voltages around the world should fit right into this. Connectors in this thing, we've got the VGA here for your computer port type thing. We've got a couple of USB ports, 1 and 2. We have a HDMI port here, an SD card. This is the AV port for your auto video, and that is when you're hooking up to something with the RCA jacks. Okay? Some of the older things still have them. I have a lot of equipment that still uses this type of connector, and don't want to obsolete them. This thing here can handle it. And then you got a headphone jack or an audio out jack here. This is for your sound. Now this thing here, as it comes out of the box, when you first plug it in, you might be disappointed. It's not going to be real bright. It's not going to be real loud. Reason being, you need to go into this, basically using this remote control here. You get a menu button. Push the menu button. It's going to bring up the main menu. You're going to go up and vertically up and down to pick something on that particular menu. You're going to go right to left to move to the next type of menu. In other words, you're going to have one that's going to be for color, picture qualities, and those kind of things. You're going to know it's going to have sound qualities, what have you, and so on. And you're going to move left to right to go to the different types of qualities, and up and down to determine which ones you want. Now, there are a lot of presets in this thing, so you're going to go to various types of things. A good example would be, let's just say the color quality. You're going to go to the color quality, and let's say you're going to pick for the warmth of the picture. You're going to have what's called a user. Then you're going to have like a warm, medium, and cool. The warm, medium, cool are preset. You can't change those. The one that says user, you can change. Go in there and play with that. Now, if you screw this thing totally up, don't worry about it. Going through the menu, you'll find one particular menu has a factory default setting. You can click on that, and everything goes back to the way this is right now. Okay? So you can't really screw it up. Don't be afraid to try it. It's the way I found out how to do it. I messed it up. I had this thing, the blues and things were coming out purple and orange, and it was just a real mess. But not a problem. I went through and played with it and figured it out. Now I got a pretty good picture. Once you get this set up, the color is very intense in it. Brightness can be very nice. Out here in the evening, I had it on, and it was very, very bright. We had a very nice picture. I've been playing with it down the hall here at my house here because that's the only real dark spot during the daytime. And I put up a small screen back there and was playing with it. And it came out like an excellent picture on this thing. Now I've actually taken, I've got some other videos of mine that are on YouTube, and I actually went and ran those on this here and projected them on screen. And a little later in the video here, I will put a few of those in there so you can see it. Do keep in mind though that this is being shot on a camera that is basically my telephone. So it's not real sophisticated. So the quality that you see, the black quality is going to be the camera, not this unit here. The pictures on this thing, when you're looking at them on a screen, very clear. It's not high def. We're not looking at 1080 high def, but we're looking at a picture that is very clean, crisp and clean. Watch it better than a lot of movies when you go to some of the movies. So you're going to have that movie experience with this. You do want to project this on a real screen. A screen designed and meant for this, for the purpose of projecting pictures onto it. You can do it onto a sheet, a white sheet if you want. Your picture quality is not going to be as good because the sheet's going to kind of soak up some of that color. When the proper screens will project them right back at you. They'll reflect them back at you real nicely. So it does give you a good picture that way. Sound on this thing, inside the house you can get the volume on the sound pretty high. And it's usually pretty good in the house. Outside, it's questionable. If you've got any neighborhood noise, you may want to add an auxiliary sound system. And the old sound systems we had for our computers, where we would plug it into the headphone jack on the thing, and you have a couple speakers, and you plug that in. Those items there will work on this. Now, to show you how much you can do with this, I have a Fire Stick. I have a Roku. Put them both on here. Works fine. The HDMI ports, you can plug your phone into it. You can plug your any device that uses that type of an item to charge, and you can charge right off of this. I actually had my pad here plugged in here charging. Then I had the adapter going into here, and I was actually playing off the pad. So while I was playing off the pad, it kept charging the pad for me. So this is capable of doing a lot of things. Underneath here, let me show you something underneath here. What I think about this. Underneath here, there's a little trap door. On this trap door, it says open. And you guys, us guys tend to like to go in there. We've seen it like that as an invite. And I'm no different. I opened it up. I get in there and I can actually, what this does is it accesses the area where the bulb is. It accesses the area where the screen is that the bulb projects through. You can get in there and clean things. Now, whether you can change a bulb or not, I don't know. I didn't go that deep into it. I didn't want to destroy it before I at least tried it. But that's what that is right there. You can get in there and you can clean things out. Now, if you're going to blow things out in dust in there, you're going to want to use something like that little can of air things they have for the keyboards on computers and what have you. Use something like that in there. Also use that to blow out these areas here. You do want to make sure you keep this clean, because it's sucking air in here and expelling air in here, and it's going to plug up on you, and then you're going to overheat and you're going to burn it up. But use one of those. Don't use compressed air. If you do decide to use compressed air, guys, make sure you crank it down way low, because it'll lose some damage inside, I'm sure. I haven't looked in here, but I'm sure we would see some damage done to this thing. Okay. The bottom line on this thing is, would I buy this if I was looking for one to purchase? Yes, I would. Now, I just purchased one about a month ago from the same people, and they sent me this one here as a sample. They wanted me to critique it, tell you folks what I thought of it. And I'm telling you from just a layman's point of view. I'm not going to tell you all the technology is in it. They're all written on the side of the box here, and they're also on the website on Amazon for this. So if you're a techie and you want to read all that kind of stuff, go take a look there and see what you can find, and see if you can find the information you're looking for. Me trying to explain that information to people, part of it I'm going to understand, so I'm not going to understand. And a lot of the people who are watching this video probably wouldn't understand it either. They just want to know, does it work? Yes, it does. It gives a very good picture, exceptional picture. Sound quality is good when you're inside again. When you're outside, it could be. It's just going to be your surroundings. The price on this thing is puts this thing in the economy market. I don't want to say exactly what the price is, because I'm not sure exactly what it's going to end up finally being. But it's in the economy market. And you've got a product that actually performs like something in the mid-range market. This one I purchased a month ago plays very well. I really liked it. This one kicks its butt. And that other one is a nice one. It's a very nice. It's rated very high at Amazon. It's one of the higher rated economy units. This thing here actually outperforms it. So, with that in mind, let me cut away from here. I'm going to insert a couple videos here. The videos I'm going to insert are my own videos for a hammock that I had done some work on. I'm just going to insert a few little clips off of those for you. See what you think of them. It gives you an idea what the picture is, but do keep in mind that I'm shooting this through a camera that is in my telephone. The basic idea I want you to see is I want you to see the colors, and I want you to see how bright it is. Because a lot of these things aren't bright. They have no power to give you any brightness, and a lot of them have washed out colors. The colors are intense in this thing, and the brightness is very, very high on this thing. So let me go with that in mind. Let me click away here, shut you down, and I will insert those pictures for you, and hope that this was helpful to you. This thing is the Blusmart. As you can see, they're proud of their name, and it is the only label on it anywhere. I'm not sure what the actual production ones will look like, but it's Blusmart, and it is the LED 9400 model. When it's available, and it should be available, I think it's available now. When it is available, if you're looking in the market, do give this thing a thought. Do give it a thought. It's a nice unit.
Two drawstrings down here at the bottom. Makes it so much easier. You just reach over, pull it tight, reach on the other side, pull it tight, and this one's totally sealed. Anyways, I hope that answers his question, and let me know, Jack, if you need any more information. With the 7 inches, what that gives us is a total of 14 inches actually when you lay it out, because this is just one big long curtain that had been actually sewed together, and then they folded over at the ridge line. You can see what we did right here is we just rolled.
There you are, folks. I hope that answered the questions you have for it. By the way, this thing here is designed to go up to a screen as large as 130 inches. It says it's from 50 to 130. I've tried this down into the 32-inch range and had a great picture with it there. I run it generally, I run it on my screen is a 100-inch screen, and I run it on that 100-inch screen. I've actually pulled it back a ways to kind of simulate a larger screen, and it stayed pretty clear most of the way up. I couldn't tell you when I'd reach 130 or exceeded it, but to me about 100, 110 inches probably close to about the optimum on this thing. 100-inch screen's a pretty darn big screen. Just think about it. So, again, great unit. If you're thinking of buying one, be sure you look at this. You won't be sorry.